So hello, I'm James Eppolito. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Bend. But when you come to Bend, you're going to see me specifically. And not only am I there, but I'm a walking representation of what regenerative medicine can do for you. Back in 2017, I actually had my right knee collapse on me when I was carrying two of my daughters up the stairs. And I realized, oh, it's time for me to actually become my own patient. And one injection in each knee, and next thing you know, I was able to do a pistol squat on both. And so it's life-changing. Come into our practice, there's no risk to you to find out what we can do for you. We don't charge a thing for our full comprehensive evaluation. That includes a complete medical assessment, a full orthopedic evaluation. We've got top-notch digital imaging that we can use. Then the team is going to get together and collaboratively determine what is the root cause of your symptoms and what is the game plan going forward and how we can restore and then optimize your body. At that point, we're going to then tell you not only what we believe we can do for you, but we're going to explain why, which rarely happens in medicine. You're usually just told what's the protocol. We're going to tell you what the protocol is and why we've assigned that to you. At that point in time, we're going to also offer a financial consultation to find out how to make this fit in your budget. And if you want to move forward with treatment, a lot of times we can do it while you're there, same day. After that, we don't just discard you and allow you to, allow luck to play its hand in your life. We are going to stay involved with you. Our commitment to you is that we want to see you do well. So we're going to have multiple follow-ups with you. We're always available at our clinic. You're always welcome to just pop in and say hello. It's not what you normally experience at your general practitioner, where you're not allowed to even see the doctor if you don't have an appointment. When you come to our place, we're glad you showed up.
So I meet you on the phone and you're like, I'm a guy running a clinic for 7 years. Why were you running a clinic for 7 years? What was that about? What got you into that whole regenerative medicine thing that nobody knows about? What is that?
Oh yeah, actually a personal experience. I went to put my key in a car door and fell to the ground. Didn't have a slightest clue of what happened.
Wow.
And it went through the typical medical model where they pumped me full of morphine and took x-rays and then sent me to the spinal specialist. And very first words out of his mouth is I needed spinal fusion at 32 years old. And I said, whoa, doctor, is there like physical therapy that can be done, pain management? Could I get in better shape, anything? And long story short, he used the fear tactics of, well, if you don't do this, it's bad enough where you're going to need to use a cane to get around in the next year. And do you want your friends to see you like that?
At 32.
32 years old. So I wasn't a big fan of getting sliced open and have titanium rods and screws going into my vertebral bodies at the time. So when he used that tactic, it actually angered me. I got a little bit mad and I began to seek natural approaches. And this was before regenerative medicine was actually around. But I found an integrated medical practice that used all kinds of natural remedies, and I took it upon myself to fix my cellular health. That fueled me, and I always wanted to serve in that field of medicine because it helped me into a business and seeing where the holes were, seeing where the failures were, and looking outside of the box. And first thing I noticed in this clinic is there was a patient-doctor barrier. There's a barrier.
Me about that.
You know, anytime you go to the clinic, as soon as you touch the door handle, your blood pressure goes up. You walk into an unwelcoming environment. You're early and then they're late. It's not very pleasant. And the doctors don't give you much time. They feel inconvenienced that you're asking them any questions. And I decided I wanted to disrupt that entire process. I want people to walk in the door and feel relieved. I want them to feel like they're in a place that's there, that cares about them, who loves doing what they're doing, is not inconvenienced, that will spend the time to listen and figure out a plan of care that gets them functioning normally again.
Wow. How many years were you running that clinic?
7.
7 years.
7 years.
What was it like?
It was spectacular. I don't know I don't even know if that word is powerful enough to describe it, but to see someone come in with no hope, deflated, it's in their face, it's in how they walk, they're defeated. You know, they've been told we got to, remove organic joints out of their body they had for 70 years and put inorganic material in there. And they've heard the horror stories, they've heard about the revisions, they've heard about the potential for infection and the potential for pain to return. They're scared to death. And then to see within a short amount of time that they're coming into the practice, high-fiving us and smiling again, or someone that's been bedridden for a year dancing.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely.
What's your favorite story from that time?
It would have to be what I just mentioned. This one sweet lady, oh my gosh, she was so precious. She was bedridden for a full year, had spinal surgery, L4 through S1, and the pain returned within months, and she went back to the doctor and asked him to do more surgery. Like, I need help me more. And he said, you're too fragile at this point, you gotta wait. And she heard about us and heard about some of the things we were doing and called us and asked, could she come in for an evaluation? We welcomed her in, of course. And what we saw was that we could help her. We saw that the problem was not where the doctor had fused, but it was coming from a different part of the spine, which usually happens. You start locking the natural articulation of the spine, you start placing more pressure on joints above and below. And so we told her what we think we can do. And she said, I'm willing to try whatever. And we treated her. And I'll tell you, one thing that was pretty phenomenal is her husband travels back and forth to Peru. And he was in Peru at the time. And this few months after treatment, her daughter comes by to see her and expects her dad to answer the door, because her mom couldn't get out of bed. And her mom answered the door. What are you doing, Mom? She's like, I went to the clinic that I told you about. I had treatment. I'm good. It was amazing. She would show up at events that we're hosting. Just if she knew we were there, she wouldn't even ask. She'd just show up. She'd grab the microphone and tell her testimony to the group, and she'd dance in front of them.
How long did it take her to get treated?
Oh, to get treated?
Yeah.
Oh, we treated her same day. She came in and got evaluated. We always make sure that we feel we can help someone. We don't want them doing treatment if it doesn't make sense. And it looked like it made sense, and she was ready. She got treatment, and in a short amount of time, I'd say within 6 to 8 weeks, she was noticing better range of motion, decreased pain, better sleep, being able to get out of her bed on her own for the first time, and actually sent her husband to Peru, said, go ahead, you don't have to take care of me. So
Wow.
that ranks up there with one of my favorites. And here we are.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's beyond my dream come true. It's such a great service to the community that we're within 2 to 3 minutes of some of these people now. And I just love being with people. I'm a people person. I love being out and about and getting to where I can build relationships.